Today, let's talk about a silent battle happening inside each of us. It is the constant negotiation between two powerful forces, our ego and our intuition. Think of them not as enemies but as partners in a delicate dance. To achieve anything meaningful in life, we need a healthy dose of confidence which is fueled by our ego. It's the voice that says, "You can do this. You have the skills. You are worthy of this opportunity." This self-belief is essential. It pushes us to start that business, to ask for that promotion, to share our creative work with the world. Without it, our greatest ideas would remain locked away, unheard and unseen. Our ego gives us the drive to move forward, but confidence without humility is just arrogance. This is where intuition steps in. Intuition is that quiet, gentle whisper from our soul. It's the feeling in our gut that guides us toward what is right, not just what is easy or what looks good. It brings humility. It reminds us that we are always learning, always growing, and that we don't have all the answers. True greatness is found in the balance. It is the courage to believe in yourself, combined with the wisdom to know that you are part of something much bigger. We need the ego to start the journey, but we need intuition to guide us along the right path, with grace and purpose. Within every single one of us, there exists both light and shadow. This is the fundamental duality of being human. Our light is what we proudly show the world, our kindness, our talents, our joy. Our shadow, on the other hand, holds the parts of ourselves we often try to hide. It's our fears, our insecurities, our past mistakes, and our unhealed wounds. Many of us spend our lives running from our shadow, pretending it doesn't exist. We think that if we ignore it, it will simply go away. But the truth is, our shadow has incredible power and contains profound lessons for our growth and transformation. Understanding this duality is the first step toward wholeness. It is not about getting rid of the shadow, it is about integrating it. It's about shining the light of awareness on those hidden corners of our being. When we can look at our own jealousy, our own anger, or our own fear without judgment, we take its power away. We begin to understand why it's there. We see that our shadow is often just a wounded part of us crying out for attention and healing. Embracing our whole self, both the light and the shadow, is where true self-acceptance and inner peace are born. It's a journey of compassion starting with ourselves. So how do we begin to embrace our shadow? The practice is often called shadow work, and it is one of the most powerful journeys you can take. At its core, shadow work is the process of radical self-honesty. It means looking at your actions, your thoughts, and your motivations with clear eyes. It's asking yourself the hard questions. Why did I react with so much anger in that situation? What fear is driving my need for control? What past experience is making me feel insecure right now? This isn't about blaming yourself, it is about understanding yourself on a much deeper, more authentic level. It is a commitment to truth. This process requires immense courage. It's much easier to blame others or outside circumstances for our feelings and problems. But real change, lasting change, only comes from within. This is where the true meaning of repentance lies. It is not about asking an external figure, a priest, a guru, or even God, for forgiveness so you can feel better. True repentance is a change of mind and heart. It is metanoia, a Greek word meaning to turn around. It means you see your mistake, you understand its root cause within you, and you make a conscious decision to correct your course. It is an act of self-responsibility. Sadly, sometimes religious or spiritual structures can be misused to avoid this deep inner work. People may go through the motions of confessing or asking for absolution without ever truly looking at themselves. They might believe that an external ritual cleanses them, allowing them to repeat the same patterns without consequence. This creates a cycle of dependency. It prevents people from taking full ownership of their lives and their actions. But true spirituality is not about outsourcing your conscience. It is about developing a stronger inner connection, a more honest relationship with yourself. It's about becoming your own guide. Self-forgiveness is a critical part of this journey. After you've honestly looked at a mistake, you must also find the compassion to forgive yourself. Holding on to guilt and shame is like carrying a heavy backpack full of rocks. It weighs you down and prevents you from moving forward. Forgiving yourself doesn't excuse the behavior. It frees you from its emotional prison. It says, "I have learned from this. I understand why it happened. I am now choosing to let go of the pain and move forward as a wiser, more compassionate person." This is how we heal and grow from our shadows. Let's explore the ego a bit more. The mind, and by extension the ego, is an incredible tool. It helps us plan, analyze, create, and navigate the complexities of the world. We need it. But the problem arises when the tool starts to believe it is the master. When the ego takes complete control, it can become like Agent Smith from the movie The Matrix. It sees everything as a threat to its existence. It wants to control every outcome, assimilate every thought, and eliminate anything that is different or unpredictable. The ego lives in a state of constant fear, driving us with anxiety about the future and regret about the past. The ego is noisy. It is the voice of comparison, constantly measuring you against others. It tells you that you are not enough, or that you are better than everyone else. It thrives on drama, conflict, and being right. Its identity is built on external things: your job title, your possessions, your achievements, your social media following. Because these things are temporary and can be taken away, the ego lives in a perpetual state of insecurity. It is always seeking validation from the outside world because it has no stable foundation within. It is a restless, demanding force that can never truly be satisfied. In stark contrast to the ego's noise is the quiet wisdom of intuition. Intuition does not shout, it whispers. It does not live in the past or the future. It exists only in the present moment. Think about a time you felt completely at peace, perhaps watching a sunset or listening to your favorite song. In that moment, your mind was still. You weren't worrying about your to-do list or replaying an old argument. You were simply present. That feeling of calm, clarity, and connection, that is the state of intuition. It is a feeling of deep knowing that doesn't need to be explained or justified. Intuition is the voice of your true self, your soul. It guides you with feelings of peace, expansion, and gratitude. When a decision is aligned with your intuition, it just feels right. There is a sense of calm and certainty, even if the path ahead is challenging. Unlike the ego, intuition is not concerned with what others think. It is not driven by fear or the need for validation. It is connected to a deeper wisdom, a universal intelligence. Learning to listen to this quiet voice is one of the most important skills we can develop for a life of purpose and fulfillment. So how do we turn down the volume of the ego and tune into the frequency of intuition? The answer is simpler than you might think. We must practice returning to the present moment. The ego cannot survive in the now. It needs the fuel of past regrets and future anxieties to stay alive. One of the most direct ways to anchor yourself in the present is through your breath. Your breath is always with you, and it is always happening right now. Taking just a few deep, conscious breaths can be a powerful reset button for your entire nervous system. Try this right now. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, feeling the air fill your lungs. Hold it for a moment. Then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting go of any tension. Do this 3 times. Notice how your mind begins to quiet down. The storm of thoughts begins to settle. This simple act of mindful breathing creates a space between your thoughts. In that space, you can hear the gentle whisper of your intuition. Meditation is simply a more extended practice of this. It is training your mind to return to this place of stillness again and again. The more you practice this, the more you build your muscle of self-awareness. You start to notice when the ego is taking over. You can feel the anxiety, the pride, or the fear rising within you. But now, instead of being swept away by it, you can observe it. You can say, that is my ego. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I am safe. I will choose a different response. This is true power. It is the ability to choose your response instead of reacting automatically based on old programming and fear. It is the freedom to act from a place of peace and wisdom. Ultimately, this journey of balancing ego and intuition is about creating a deeper, more honest relationship with yourself. When you commit to self-honesty, you begin to understand your own patterns. When you practice self-awareness, you gain the power to change them. This inner understanding naturally extends outward. You become more compassionate and understanding of others because you recognize the same dance of ego and intuition within them. You see their light and their shadow, just as you see your own. This is how we heal not only ourselves, but our relationships and our world, one conscious breath at a time.